just kind of count it down from 10 here, and then let's just get right into it.
Okay.
And then just go right to game time so you can skip the credits.
All right, we are live here, YourLiveEvent.com at the semifinals of your North Dakota State Wrestling Tournament. Wrestlers on the mat, put the leg bands on. Here on the North Dakota Class B side of the mat, we're on mats 6, 7, and 8 for Class B. And those wrestlers on the mat, Lisbon with 5 semifinalists, Southport with 6 semifinalists, Northern Lights with 5 semifinalists, and New Salem Almont Holsteins also with 5. That's your top 4 teams battling it out for the individual championship here on day 1 at the North Dakota Class B wrestling tournament. Those matches, all matches now on the Class B boys and the girls underway. Still waiting for the Class A. Class A also underway, so all matches underway for our semifinal matches here at your state wrestling tournament on YourLiveEvent.com.
On mat number 5, we have Anna White from Central Cass versus Monica Boki from Minot. And Boki is ahead 2-0 in the first period at the 100-pound weight class. Mat number 6, we have Brenley Wilkins from Beulah Hazen versus Jennifer Verdon from Hettinger Scranton. That's at the 100-pound weight class as well.
We're working on your Class B side at 107 pounds. That's Bodie Henderson and Hayes Weinberger on mat number 7. Henderson and Weisberger. Henderson with the 2-0 lead in the first period. Also, Riley Vetter, Southporter, Tristan Miller from Williams County. Tristan Miller has the 4-3 lead on Ryland Vetter of Southporter in the first period with 38 seconds remaining.
White from Central Cass was able to get a 1-point escape, so it's 2-1. Boki from Minot is ahead of White, 2-1 with 25 seconds left in the first period.
That's a win by fall for Bodie Henderson. Wins by fall over Hayes Weinberger of New Salem Almont. He's your finalist at 107 pounds, your first finalist on the Class B side at 107 pounds. Bodie Henderson wins by fall over Hayes Weinberger of New Salem Almont.
White from Central Cass was in tight on a single leg, but just couldn't get it finished before the period ended. So we're going to be going to the second period with Boki from Minot ahead of White, 2-1.
Jake Laser here from Dickinson up 2-0 over David Lamas here from Minot High, that at 107 pounds on mat number 3. On mat number 4 right now, Caden Egberg going up against Katie Newsma. It's a pair of Bismarck High Demons and the sophomore Cade with an 8-2 advantage going into period number 2.
Over on mat number 6, we have Wilkins from Beulah Hazen versus Verdon from Hettinger Scranton. Verdon is ahead 2-0.
And mat number 8, Ryland Vetter, Tristan Miller, still 4-3 in the second period. Wrestlers up on their feet. Miller with the collar tie, little elbow pass down to a single leg shot on Vetter. Vetter with the chin whip on Miller. Miller trying to scramble out the back for the 2-point takedown. Vetter worked back, working the chin whip on Miller. Still no takedown award. Now Miller with the 2-point takedown takes the 6-3 lead on Ryland Vetter.
White from Central Cass is going to start out in the top position with 1:20 left in the second period.
And Southporter building their lead in this tournament. In that first round, Southporter went perfect in the first round, winning all their matches by falls. So they had 12 wrestlers advancing into the quarterfinal matches. They get 6 through to the semifinals on the individual side.
White has got that chicken wing in, and she's trying to grab that far wrist and walk around the head. There's 55 seconds left in the second period. She's going slow over the head and trying to get her turned over to the back to get some back points. And there they're counting back points for White from Central Cass. At the 100-pound weight class, we still have Verdon from Hettinger Scranton ahead 2-0. And they'll be going into the third period.
Mat number 3 right now with 40 seconds left in the second period. 4-0 Jake Losser with the advantage over Lemnos here from Minot. And again, it's Demon versus Demon on mat number 4. The sophomore, Caden Nusma, at 40-9 on the season with an 8-2 lead over Caden Egberg.
And White from Central Cass is ahead 4-2 now in the second period. She's getting some more back points. She got 3 more back points, so White from Central Cass will be ahead 7-2 going into the third period at the 100-pound weight class, mat number 5. We've got a tight one here on mat number 6. Verdon from Hedinger Scranton is still ahead 2-0 over Wilkins, and there's a minute 20 left in the second period.
In the end of the second period, 6-3 scorer, Ryland Vetter and Tristan Miller. Miller takes the 6-3. Vetter's choice, he chooses neutral to start our third period on mat number 8. Mat number 7, Dalton Feist, Drew Carr. Feist has the 4-0 lead on Drew Carr in the second period with a minute remaining.
White on mat number 5 still has a 7-2 lead with a minute 25 left in the third period. White is in the top position right now.
Dalton Feist from Napoleon picks up 3 more near fall. He has the 7-0 lead on Drew Carr of Carrington on mat 7, 114 pounds. Ryland Vetter and Tristan Miller at the 107-pound semifinal match. Wrestlers go out about 6-3 lead for Tristan Miller on Vetter. Now Miller steps back around, picks up 2 more points, has an 8-3 lead on Ryland Vetter.
At the 106-pound weight class, mat number 6, we have Gabby Hanning from Valley City versus Ava Litzy from South Border. Litzy is ahead 3-2 right now.
Tristan Miller with that suicide cradle attempt, not unsuccessful, gives up the reverse.
Left in the third period. White is in the top position.
Over on mat number 3 with another 2-point takedown here. Jake Losser from Dickinson looks to advance with 18 seconds left at 107 pounds on the A side. Also on the A side at 107 pounds with 15 seconds left, 11-4 lead for Cade Nusma here from Bismarck High.
The Dalton Feist works a pinning combination on Drew Carr, has him cradled up, squeezing those elbows together, and a win by fall for Dalton Feist and Napoleon Gackle Streeter and mat 7 at 114 pounds. Vetter rolls through Miller. Now Miller reverses it. We got a scramble at the end of the period in the third period. That's a win. Championship match at 107 pounds. Wins 10-6 over Ryland Vetter on mat 8.
And White from Central Cass gets the win over Boki from Minot with a 7-2 victory to stamp her card in the finals tomorrow night. At 106 pounds, we have Litzy from South Border leading Hanning from Valley City, 3-2.
So moving on through our semifinal matches here at 121 and 114 pounds on mat 7 and 8. Cruiser Burns for Grafton Spoilers. Pitch Hager for Velva Aggies up on mat number 7. And the 114 pounds, Cole Mogren, Kimmer Bullbills. Josh Turnus, both these matches underway in the first period.
Winner via fall already, 29 seconds into the semifinals. Nicholas Enzimer from Bismarck Legacy wins over Talon Tucher from Fargo Davies, the sophomore, now 48-0 on the season for Bismarck Legacy. And matching him at 114 pounds on mat number 3 right now. It's a 2-point takedown for Grady Iverson for Bismarck Century, currently in a pinning position against Jake Schauer from Jamestown. And Schauer gets back to his base, and near fall points upcoming, making a couple more near fall points here for Grady Iverson out in front early in the Class A semifinals at 114.
Litzy from South Border was able to get the win 7-2 over Hanning from Valley City at the 106-pound weight class.
And Cruiser Burns, Pitch Hager, along with Josh Turnus and Cole Mogren, semifinal matches on mat 7 and 8. Both are still scoreless. Wrestlers in the neutral position on mat 7 and 8. Mat 7, 121-pound semifinal. Mat 8, 114-pound semifinal on the Class B side.
On mat number 3 now, getting underway, Owen Lindstrom from Devil's Lake at 121 pounds. Here, going up against Joey from Bismarck Legacy, that again 121 pounds on mat number 3.
Cole Mogren with the nice little duck under level change to the legs of Josh Turnez, but Turnez scoots around, grabs the near ankle on Mogren, trying to turn the corner, now hooks the inside leg. And Mogren fighting through this position, and that's still scoreless in the first period with 27 seconds. Now Turnez picks up the 2-point takedown on Mogren on mat 8.
Joey Enzimer here on mat number 3 for Bismarck Legacy. Out in front here against Owen Lindstrom. Currently out 4-0 out in front right now, kind of working that pinning combination as well, have an opportunity to work that pinning combination. Well, you got Grady Iverson with a 5-0 advantage over Jake Schauer. Bismarck Century's Iverson over Schauer here from Jamestown High. As we continue here on mat number 3 right now, Joey Enzimer out in front already at 12-2 with that pinning combination and near fall points against Owen Lindstrom. That at 121 pounds and also at 114 pounds right now on mat number 4. It is a 5-0 advantage for Grady Iverson of Bismarck Century against Jake Schauer here from the Jamestown Blue Jays. And out in front is Grady Iverson here from Bismarck Century out in front right now. As we continue with Iverson spinning around on Schauer, trying to come across and finish that 2-point takedown on mat number 4. But we're going to get a 2-point reversal instead from Bismarck Century's Grady Iverson. And then on mat number 3, Joey Enzimer working potentially close to a tech fall. Currently up by 12 right now, 14-2 over Owen Lindstrom of Devil's Lake. As Joey Enzimer here on mat number 3 continues to work across on Lindstrom, looking for the fall, getting a little bit closer with 60 seconds left here in this third period as Lindstrom is trying to tally out of it. Enzimer right now in the center of the mat. Joey's got him locked pretty good as they continue to work with it. As this continues here on mat number 3, and we'll have a tech fall. Winning via tech fall here is Joey Enzimer here for Bismarck Legacy. Well, for the Jamestown Blue Jays, working across the way is Schauer against Grady Iverson. As Iverson trying to continue to work with it here.
From Bismarck Legacy, Joey Enzimer. Enzimer, the technical ball winner at 120 pounds.
On mat number 5, we've got the 106 pounds Kiona from Mandan versus Manzies from Bismarck Legacy. Manny's is ahead 1-0.
On the Class A boys side on mat number 4 right now, it's a 7-2 lead going into the third period for Grady Iverson from Bismarck Century here against Jake Schauer. Also, we do have a blood timeout. This blood timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. This is at 127 pounds on mat number 3 with Ben DeForest here for Bismarck High with a 2-0 advantage over Kalalik from Bismarck Century.
On mat number 6, we have Alexa Schneider from Napoleon Gackle Streeter versus Elizabeth Yobodi from Bismarck Legacy. Schneider's ahead 2-0 in the first period with about a minute left.
And mat 7 and 8 on the Class B side. Match is tightly contested between Cruiser Burns, Pitch Hager, still tied up at 1 in the third period. And that match between Cole Mogren and Josh Turnus at 114 pounds, 7-2 now as Josh Turnus extends his lead over Molgren. Molgren steps over the top, picks up a 2-point reversal, 7-4 the lead. We had 1:05 remaining in the third period on mat 8.
Manise from Bismarck Legacy is ahead 1-0 over Mandan at the 106-pound weight class semifinal.
Working with the cradle, coming across the way, Brenda Forrest wins via fall here for the Bismarck High Demons at 127 pounds, advancing to the championship over Kalalik from Bismarck Century.
And we're going into overtime. That Cruiser Burns Pitch Hager match at mat number 7. Sudden victory overtime. Winner of this gets into the championship match at 121 pounds on mat number 7. They're just 5 seconds into the overtime on mat number 7.
On mat number 6, we've got Stremick from Pembina County versus Baptiste from Kenmare Bowbells at the 124-pound weight class.
Here, Cole Molgren and Josh Turnus on mat number 8. Turnus in on the legs of Molgren, picks up the 2-point takedown. Now a 10-6. As Molgren closed the gap, it was 8-6, but with the 2-point takedown, Josh Turnus makes it to the championship match for Beulah Hazen by decision 10-6 at 114 pounds on mat 8.
Over on mat number 4 at 114 pounds on the A side, Grady Iverson winner via 8-6 over Shower here. And then at 133 pounds on mat number 3 right now, it's Colton Griebel of Valley City, 41-4 this season, going up against Braden Halverson of Bismarck High, the sophomore at 27-11.
The Cruiser Burns with the sudden victory takedown wins by decision over Pitch Hager, and sudden victory at 121 pounds moves on to the championship match for the Grafton Spoilers. That was on mat number 7.
Mandan's Kiona is ahead 2-1 over Manzi from Bismarck Legacy, and we are with 10 seconds left in the third period.
Here's Jack Bombach, Cohen Bell from Stanley. Bell, returning state runner-up for Stanley here at 121 pounds. Wrestled Jack Bombach, state qualifier last year on mat number 8. They're scoreless in the first period with 1:30 on the clock.
Baptiste from Kenmare Bowbells is ahead 4-1 over Stremick. They just started the second period.
Here. Cash Wadeson for the Lisbon Broncos wrestles Logan Werner at 127 pounds, the semifinal match on mat number 7. Werner and Wadeson roll out of bounds. Werner, returning state place winner for Pembina County North.
On mat number 3, Colton Grable and Braden Halverson tied at 2 after a 2-point reversal. That with 20 seconds left in period number 1. Over on mat number 4 right now with 53 seconds at 121 pounds. Also in period number 1, Wyatt Turner from Dickinson going up against Koppenhaver from Williston, and that is scoreless.
On mat number 5, we have Alicia Kenfack from Bismarck Legacy versus Alyssa Nitschke from South Border. And Nitschke is ahead 2-0 right now.
Wadeson and Werner still scoreless in the first period, down to 40 seconds remaining. Wadeson works underhook on the near side, hand fighting with Werner on the far side. Now wrestlers break apart on the near center edge of the mat.
Baptiste from Kenmare Bowbells is still ahead 6-1 versus Marley Stremick from Pembina County North. We've got 47 seconds left in the second period.
Here Wadeson working around the top on Logan Werner. Werner trying to arm drag Wadeson's little front headlock. Wadeson goes into Werner. Werner backs off the mat, now circles back in here with 10 seconds remaining. And a stall warning issued to Logan Werner of Pembina County North on mat 7.
Stremick was able to get an escape and then a quick takedown with a single leg, and she's closed the gap. She's behind 6-4 right now.
In mat number 8 semifinal at 121 pounds on the Class B, Jack Bombach, Cohen Bell. 2-0 lead for Bell going into the second period.
Kenfack from Bismarck Legacy is ahead 5-0 over Nitschke from South Border with just finishing out the first period here.
As Colton Grable right now at Halverson tied at 4. 50 seconds left at 133 pounds on mat number 4 in period number 2. Also in period number 2 right now, it's a 3-2 advantage for Koppenhaver from Williston against Turner from Dickinson.
Here, Waitson and Logan Werner now a 2-0 lead for Waitson with the 1-point escape. So he has the 2-0 lead. Cashin Waitson does on Logan Werner. Waitson with the 2-point takedown goes up now 4-0 on Logan Werner of Pembina County North on mat 7.
On mat number 6, we have Stremick in the top position, trying to get a pinning position to turn over Baptiste from Kenmare Bowbells. She's behind 6-4 right now with a minute 24 left in the third period. Over on mat number 5, we have Haley Nash from Minot versus Carissa Meitinger from Lemoore Litchville Marion.
Here's Jack Bombach. Had Cone Bell over on his hip. He picks up 2 near fall. Bombach ties it up with Cone Bell on mat number 8, 121-pound semifinal match. That's in the second period with a minute remaining on the clock. Bombach ties it up.
Colton Grable with a 2-point reversal to finish literally with the last second in the second period to take a 6-4 advantage over Brendan Halverson here from Bismarck. Grable will be in the down position against Halverson.
And Waitson slams over Werner with the half Nelson, working for the fall for the Broncos on mat 7 at 127 is Cash Waitson. Werner's shoulder up just a little bit on that left side on mat number 7.
On mat number 5, Nash and Meitinger are still tied at 0 with 50 seconds left in the first period at the 118-pound weight class.
Waitson picks up the 3-point near fall. Werner gets into the third period. He's down 7-0.
And on mat number 6, Baptiste from Kenmare Bowbells beats Stremick 9-4.
And Bombach and Cone Bell on mat number 8 wrestle out of bounds for a restart back in the center with 19 seconds remaining in the second period. Now a 3-2 lead for Cone Bell over Jack Bombach.
Colton Grable with another 2-point escape here for Valley City as him and Halverson has been on the mat for about 2 minutes here the last handful of wrestling. 8-4, Grable with the advantage. And then on mat number 4 right now, it's 8-5. Koppenhaver over Turner Williston. Again with Koppenhaver out in front with 60 seconds left on mat number 4.
At the 124-pound weight class, we've got Maggie Theogis from Bismarck versus Shayla DeBlair from West Fargo United.
And Waitson on a mission for the Lisbon Broncos has the 9-0 lead on Logan Werner in the third period. Now under a minute remaining for Waitson in the top position. Semifinal match at 127 pounds. Waitson trying to dig out the arm of Logan Werner.
Colton Grable wins via pin. Halverson got a 2-point takedown, but then let him loose to try to get another 2-point takedown. As he did, Grable baited him into a shot, able to bring him right to the mat and finish with a pin with 3 seconds left in the final period.
Nash and Meitinger over on mat number 5. They're still tied at 0 with a minute 10 left in the second period.
Waitson and Werner still battling it out. 9-0 lead for Cash Waitson at 127 pounds here at mat number 7. Down to final 12 seconds in this match between Waitson and Werner. Werner in the bottom position. Waitson and will advance to the championship match at 127 pounds for the Lisbon Broncos on mat 7.
At 121 pounds, advancing to the championship match with a 11-7 win is Vernon Koppenhaver for Williston against Wyatt Turner of Dickinson at 121 pounds.
At 124 pounds, Theogis and DeBlair are still tied at 0-0 with 25 seconds left in the second period. Theogis is trying to, now Theogis is getting back points.
And Jack Bombach and Cone Bell 5-2 with 45 seconds remaining in the third period. Jack Bombach's down by 3, is in the bottom position on mat number 8 at 121 pounds.
Thiel just gets the pin right at the end of the second period over Blair.
Over on mat number 4 right now, Brady Peterson of Central Cass going up against Aiden Dumas here from Dickinson. It's a 2-point takedown for Peterson as he starts off 2-0 in the opening 30 seconds at 133 pounds on mat number 3. Marquise Richter from Mandan with a 2-0 advantage over Gage Glauser here from Dickinson at 133 pounds on mat number 3.
And mat number 7, 127-pound semifinal action between Charlie Irwin and New Salem Almont, returning state champion, takes on Brock Johnson of Kindred. That's scoreless now. A 2-point takedown for Irwin. He takes the early 2-0 lead on Brock Johnson.
On mat number 5, we have Schwab from Lisbon versus Garcia from Carrington at the 130-pound weight class.
And Colin Bell wins by decision 5-2 over Jack Bombach. He's in the championship match at 121 pounds. Now Noah Anderson for the Broncos steps on the mat, takes on Elvie Henderson of Northern Lights. Your semifinal match at 133 pounds on mat 8.
Brady Peterson working with a single leg right now, and Aiden Dumas from Dickinson. 15 seconds left at 127 pounds in the semifinals in Class A. As Peterson trying to bring Dumas down, he's doing a good job balancing, trying to finish these last couple of seconds and not give up a 2-point takedown.
Schwab and Garcia are still in the neutral position, still looking for that first takedown of the match.
The Charlie Irwin, Brock Johnson, 2-1 going into the second period. Choice with Johnson picks the bottom position. Irwin in the lead, 2-1 on mat 7. In mat 8, Elvie Henderson, Noah Anderson, action underway. Minute 20 on the clock. Anderson up over in the front headlock position on Henderson. Henderson here on the near edge of the mat. And wrestlers called for a stalemate, back for a restart.
Aiden Dumas gets the escape to start things off in period number 2 against Brady Peterson. Peterson leads at 2-1, and Peterson back to a single leg right now on that left knee. While on mat number 3, it's a 2-1 advantage now, 2-2 between Richter and Glazer after Glazer earned the escape at 133 pounds.
Well, Charlie Irwin worked over Brock Johnson, puts him over his back and wins by fall for New Salem Almont Holsteins. He's in the championship match. He takes on Cashton Wadeson of Lisbon Broncos for the championship at 127 pounds.
Schwab from Lisbon versus Garcia from Carrington. They're tied up 0-0 after the first period. They're going to go into the second period, and Garcia is going to take the down position.
And Henderson giving the 2-point takedown on Anderson. Anderson hitting the leg pass on Henderson, trying to step back around. Henderson hips over on Anderson, the edge of the mat. It's a 2-0 lead for Elvie Henderson with 16 seconds remaining in the first period.
On mat number 4, still a 2-1 advantage here for Brady Peterson, but Aiden Dumas working the top right now of Peterson, trying to see if he can get his hands grasped out of Peterson as Peterson kind of get back to a base position. 25 seconds left in the period on the second. Also in the second period with 28 seconds on mat number 3 right now. It's a 4-2 lead for him against Glazer, and the 2 points does get awarded to Aiden Dumas now with a 3-2 advantage and 2 fall near points. Now 5-2 over Peterson. 8 seconds left in period number 2.
So on the scoreboard, it's still scoreless between Elvie Henderson and Noah Anderson. They did wipe off that 2-point takedown to Henderson. They're in the scramble position. And so we are scoreless at 133 pounds on mat number 8. Wrestlers on their feet to start the second period between Henderson and Anderson on mat 8.
At 130 pounds, we have Garcia from Carrington with a 1-0 lead over Schwab from Lisbon. 49 seconds left in the second period.
The other semifinal match on the Class B side, 139 pounds, is William Cook Kimmer Bull Bills has the 2-0 lead over Justin Hudson and Northern Lights. Wrestlers on the edge of the mat with William Cook up over the top on Hudson, and they are out of bounds for a restart on mat 7.
In period number 3, Peterson looking to get the escape here against Dumas. Now Dumas throwing the one leg and able to swipe across down as he gets Peterson back to the mat with under 90 seconds left in his third period. 5-2 with the advantage for Dumas at 127 pounds. While back on 133 pounds right now, Richter with a 5-2 advantage from Mandan over Glaser on the Class A side at 133 pounds.
So Elvie Henderson scores the 2-point takedown against Noah Anderson on mat 8. Has the inside cradle locked up with 35 seconds remaining in the second period.
Garcia takes a 3-0 lead over Schwab from Lisbon. And we've started the second period, or just barely any time left in the second period.
So Henderson and Anderson now for the restart. Called for a stalemate. Anderson in the bottom position on this restart.
Peterson continues to work up, and then there's a single leg for Andy Dumas. They're asking for 2 points, nothing granted, but there's 30 seconds left as Peterson has to get out of the grasp of Dumas here. Otherwise, Dumas is going to advance to the championship here from Dickinson.
The 1-point escape for Noah Anderson on Elvie Henderson. 2-1 score with the final 5 seconds ticking off the clock in the second period.
Schwab is in the down position, working hard here in the third period to try and get an escape or reversal. Trying her stand up right now.
Aiden Dumas gets called for stalling here as the official gets back into the start as Peterson will be in the down position.
And mat 7, William Cook, Justin Hudson, still 2-0 lead for William Cook at Kenmare Bull Bells. Now up 4-0. He takes the 4-0 lead at 139 pounds on mat 7. Semifinal bout at 139 pounds.
Final in the Class A at 127. Aiden Dumas with a 5-2 win over Brady Peterson. So Dumas advances to the championship from Dickinson.
So Henderson and Anderson now a 2-point reversal. No reversal, loss of control for Henderson. Now has the 3-1 lead on Noah Anderson. Anderson with the single leg shot on Henderson. Down to a minute 20 remaining in the third period. Anderson trying to turn the corner here in the forklift position on Henderson. He can tie it up with the 2-point takedown, still working to pass the legs of Bodie Henderson.
On mat number 6 at 136 pounds, we have Miley Christensen from Valley City versus Ellie Roseland from Hettinger Scranton.
And as Anderson turns the corner, the 2-point reversal for Noah Anderson. He's down, or excuse me, he ties it up with a minute 2 remaining on the restart in the third period.
Marquise Richter from Mandan at 133 pounds advances via the fall with 1 second left in the third period over Gage Glaser. So at 133 pounds, Marquise Richter from Mandan advancing to the championship.
William Cook opens up his lead now 7-0 to start the third period over Justin Hudson of Northern Lights on mat number 7. Henderson stands up on Anderson here in the semifinals at 133 pounds.
Garcia from Carrington beat Schwab from Lisbon 3-1.
Anderson locked up a cradle on Henderson. Henderson trying to score here at the end of the period. Comes up over Anderson with 20 seconds remaining. No change of position.
Christensen from Valley City over on mat number 6 is ahead 2-1 over Roseland from Hettinger Scranton with 25 seconds left in the first period.
So Anderson and Henderson now, as the time ticks down on the clock here on the edge of the mat. And wrestlers out of bounds. And we're tied up at 3. So we're tied up going into overtime. Into overtime on mat 8.
On mat number 5, we have Aaliyah Cullinan from Bismarck Legacy versus Brinley Harch from West Fargo United. Cullen has a 2-0 lead, 30 seconds into the first period.
So into overtime, Henderson and Anderson. Henderson trying to catch his breath here. Anderson drops down a single leg on Elvie Henderson. Henderson cracks down Anderson, trying to turn the corner. And now under 25 seconds in the sudden victory overtime. They're tied up at 3.
139 pounds going into the second period. Hudson Egberg here from Bismarck High going up against Denson Gisselbeck from West Fargo Cheyenne. That's at 139 pounds semifinal class.
Final 10 seconds of the period. Anderson trying to turn the corner on Bodie Henderson. Henderson doubles up on Anderson, down to 5 seconds. 2 seconds, and time expires. And just as they hit the mat, Henderson goes down to his back. Going into the next period of overtime, Anderson and Henderson.
And it keeps on rolling down on mat number 8, our second overtime as we begin at 100.
Christensen from Valley City is ahead 2-1. And Roseland from Hittinger Scranton just got 2-point near fall, so now we're tied up at 3 with 55 seconds left in the second period. 136-pound weight class.
Well, Henderson working hand control underneath with Anderson, trying to pass the wrist. Now with 15 seconds, Anderson trying to get the right out. Has the back ankle spiked of Henderson with 10 seconds remaining in the period. Henderson tired out, just trying to hold position here with Anderson. Has time expired with 30 seconds in overtime here.
Over on mat number 5, we have Colnan 5-0 over Harch from West Fargo United, starting the second period.
Off the whistle, Henderson sticks in the leg on Anderson. Henderson goes back in, puts the chicken wing on Anderson, going to try to tip him back here for some near fall. Final 16 seconds of the period between Henderson and Anderson. Anderson stands up with Henderson. Henderson has to return him to the mat, down to 8 seconds here for Anderson. Anderson hip sights on Henderson, takes him over to the mat. Anderson working for the loss of control or the 2-point reversal. As time expires. Contested match here on mat number 8, 133-pound. We're going into the third overtime between Henderson and Henderson.
On mat number 6, we have Roseland ahead 5-3 over Christensen from Valley City. Going into we're in the third period.
So Henderson with 30 seconds has to ride Noah Anderson. The third overtime period here at 133 pounds on mat 8. So Henderson goes to work underneath on Anderson here, down to 10 seconds, or excuse me, down to 15 seconds with Anderson and Henderson. Now Henderson locks up the chicken wing with 10 seconds remaining. Anderson up to his feet. And that does it. That's a win. Then moving to the championship at 133 pounds is Albie Henderson over Noah Anderson.
Over on mat number 5, Roseland versus Christensen. Christensen has a 6-5 lead with 1 minute left in the third period at the 136-pound weight class.
On mat number 4, Hudson Eggerberg here from Bismarck High with a 3-0 advantage at 139 pounds at the Class A weight class against West Fargo Cheyenne's Gisselbeck. And we're going to have injury timeout on mat number 3 right now with Colton Kings Dickinson currently trailing at 4-2 here at 139 pounds in the semifinals.
Here's mat number 8, 133-pound semifinal between Sawyer Owens, Tristan Lepp. Owens catches Lepp on his hip. Picks up the 2-point takedown. He takes the early 2-0 lead in the first period on mat 8.
On mat number 6, we're all tied up at 6 with 1:20 left, and they've got an injury timeout going on right now. On mat number 5, we've got Aubrey Overson from Bismarck versus Kaylee Kurz from Grand Forks, and they're tied at 0 with 20 seconds left in the first period.
So mat number 7, 139-pound semifinal between Brexton Yanish, the 8th grader from Velva, and Ethan Meyer, New Salem Almont. That's in the second period. 2-0 lead for Ethan Meyer on mat 7 at 139.
On mat number 4 right now, Landon Zink from West Fargo Cheyenne, the freshman, getting things underway with Landon McMahon here at 145 pounds in the semifinals. At 139 pounds, able to see Colton King from Dickinson come back against Breyer here from Watford City. Breyer up by 2 at 139 pounds in period number 3 with 90 seconds remaining.
Overson takes a 2-0 lead over Kurz from Grand Forks, and we're just starting the second period.
And 3-2 lead for Sawyer Owens with the 1 point loss of control, has the 1 point lead with 25 seconds remaining in the first period on mat number 8 at 133 pounds.
At 136 pounds, Roseland from Hettinger Scranton is ahead 6-7, or 7-6 with 18 seconds left, and they're both in the neutral position.
And Owens takes Leps to his hip. Now Leps scrambles back up to his feet. No takedown awarded at the final 5 seconds of the first period. 3-2 lead for Sawyer Owens going into the second period.
And Roseland from Hettinger Scranton is going to be going to the finals with a 7.
Breyer from Watford City with a 4-2 advantage over Colton King here from Dickinson, as King will be down in the down position here with 24 seconds left in this 139 semifinal.
The start of our second period, 3-2 lead for Sawyer Owens. He's in the bottom position, hits the tripod stand up on Lep. Lep drops down to the leg on Owens, returns him down to the mat. Has wrestlers out of bounds for a restart.
Overson from Bismarck at the 142-pound weight class is ahead of Kurz 8-0 with 37 seconds left in the second period.
Advancing to the championship for the Watford City Wolves, Kai and Landon Zink of West Fargo Cheyenne.
And Sawyer remaining in the second period on mat.
Webeline Nackland from Fargo is up against Jaslyn Weigel from Napoleon Gackle Streeter.
From Velva, Ethan Meyer. Meyer takes the 7-0 lead into the third period. Yanish will start in the third period in the top position on mat 7.
On mat number 3, just getting underway, Brayden Wynn Kelly from Grand Forks Central, the senior at 36-2 on the season, going up against Ethan Dennis, the senior from Watford City. This at 145 pounds in the Class A semifinals.
Their semifinal match here, 133 pounds on mat 8. Sawyer Owens has the 4-2 lead on Tristan Lepp in the second period, down under 40 seconds remaining on mat number 8 at 133 pounds.
Overson from Bismarck has a commanding lead over Kurz from Grand Forks, 10-1 with 1:25 left in the third period. Mat number 5.
Landon Zink gets a 2-point takedown with near fall points upcoming here with 30 seconds left in the second period against Landon McMahon from Bismarck High. Zink, the freshman, will be up 5-2 once they give him the near fall. Then we're going to get a potentially dangerous on top of it. So 3 points coming here for Zink and 1 point coming for McMahon on the penalty.
And Ethan Meyer cartwheels over the top of Brexton Yanish, working for the fall with 45 seconds on the pin. For Ethan Meyer, New Salem Almont, he advances to the championship match at 139 pounds.
Nackland from Fargo versus Weigel from Napoleon Gackle Streeter are tied up at 0 in the second period.
We're going to the third period, and mat number 8, Sawyer Owens with the 4-2 lead. Tristan Lepp in the bottom position to start our third period.
Nackland from Fargo gets a 1-point escape, so she's ahead 1-0.
After one period on 145 pounds here on mat number 3 with a 2-1 advantage is Ethan Dennis of Watford City against Wayne Kelly from Grand Forks Central.
Sawyer Owens takes Lepp over to his back, picking up near fall. We'll have 2 near fall for Sawyer Owens on mat number 8 at 133 pounds. He has the 6-2 lead with 1:20 remaining in the third period.
On mat number 6, we've got a close one here. Nackland from Fargo is still ahead 1-0 over Weigel from Napoleon Gackle Streeter.
And mat number 7, 145, Harrison Schwartz, Deslax Burlington, and Corbin Clifton. It's a 2-1 lead for Corbin Clifton from Carrington. Wrestlers up in the neutral position. That's 2-1 lead for Clifton at 145-pound semifinal on mat 7.
And Aubrey Overson from Bismarck is going to be going to the finals tomorrow night. She has a 12-1 win over Kurz from Grand Forks.
Tristan Lepp and Sawyer Owens, 6-2 lead for Sawyer Owens in the third period. 42 seconds on the clock. They have a false start. Back in the referee's position. A 6-2 lead for Sawyer Owens.
At the 142-pound weight class on mat number 6, Nacklin from Fargo is still ahead of Weigel from Napoleon Gackle Streeter, 1-0. We've got just ending the second period here, so we're going to go into the third period with Nacklin ahead 1-0.
Mat number 7, Corbin Clifton built his lead. He is now up 4-1 on Harrison Schwartz at Deslax Burlington in the semifinals at 145 pounds on mat number 7 for the Class Bs. It's on mat 7.
Nacklin started in the down position to begin the third period, and she had a quick stand up and gets a quick escape there to tie it up 1-1.
Ethan Dennis with a 2-point takedown here over Wynn Kelly from Grand Forks Central. It's 6-5 right now. Dennis, 10 seconds left in the second period.
Sawyer Owens makes his way back into the championship match. He wins by decision 6-2 over Tristan Lepp of the South Border Mustangs. Hillsborough Central Valley with the finalist here on mat number 8 at 133 pounds.
And Landon Zink here from West Fargo Cheyenne, the freshman, going to be advancing to the championship at 145 pounds in Class A with a 7-4 decision over Landon McMahon, able to get a big two-point takedown late on mat number 3.
And he's headed to the finals from West Fargo.
On mat number 6, we're still tied up at 1 with 1:05 left in the third period. Nacklin versus Weigel.
Oh, Harrison Schwartz, Corbin Clifton, semifinal match on mat 7. 6-1 lead for Corbin Clifton, picks up the 2-point takedown. He's in the top position with 1:15 to go on mat 7, a 145-pound semifinal match.
Weigel gets warned for stalling on mat number 6. And she gets a 2-point takedown to take a 3-1 lead. We're down to 27 seconds left in the third period. Weigel's in the down position.
The semifinal match on mat number 8, 145 pounds. Carson Hildry of Velva wrestling Justin Hudson of Northern Lights, Haviland DeLonga of the Northern Lights. That's scoreless in the first period, under a minute to go on mat number 8 at 145.
Ethan Dennis with a 2-point takedown and a 1-point escape from Wynn Kelly here from Grand Forks Central, who trails by right now 2 with 1:02 left in the third period at 145 pounds in the Class A semifinals.
Here Clifton takes the 6-1 lead with 15 seconds into the second period. Trying to close out with that 5-point lead going into the third at 145 pounds on mat 7. Still 15 seconds remaining.
And on mat number 4 right now, you have a 2-1 advantage here for Grady Anderson from Jamestown going up against Caden Kraft from Minot High, that at 152 pounds in the semifinals. And back on mat number 3, it's a 9-7 advantage. Ethan Dennis over Wynn Kelly here, that at 145 pounds.
Heading to the finals at 142 pounds.
As we continue here on mat number 3 right now, Wynn Kelly is going to fall against Ethan Dennis 9-7. Ethan Dennis from Watford City able to advance to the championship upcoming tomorrow. as Ethan Dennis again defeats Wayne Kelly 9-7, while Grady Anderson currently working with a 4-1 advantage over Caden Kraft right now at 152 pounds. With under 10 seconds remaining here on the first period, Anderson looks to take a 3-point advantage going into period number 2. While on mat number 3 right now, getting underway from West Fargo Cheyenne. That is going to be Sawyer Carr from West Fargo Cheyenne going up against Breckenridge Wapaton's Weston Jensen.
Now wrestling in 152 pounds, semifinal on mat number 3. It's number 3.
Grady Anderson starts in the down position here for the Jamestown Blue Jays against Caden Kraft. Kraft just gonna let him escape to make it a 5-1 advantage now for Grady Anderson against Kraft. While Sawyer Carr right now against Weston Jensen. Carr looking for the headlock, he's able to get it. 2 points coming for the near fall, and Carr looking for the pin with 35 seconds into this semifinal at 152 pounds. Over on the Class B side right now, Carson Hildery from Velva with a 3-0 advantage over Haviland DeLong. That in period number 2 with 40 seconds remaining. And then going on also on the Class B side, you have a Corbin Clifton from Carrington with a 7-1 advantage over Shorts here of Delax Burlington.
And ladies and gentlemen, your newest finalist down on mat number 7.
Mat number 7 from Carrington, Corbin Clifton improves to now 47-9 on the season. The junior with the win over Harrison Shorts here from Delax Burlington, as the Lisbon Broncos will be making their way up to the mat now for a Blaze Ranky going up against Lincoln Spear here from Kenmare Bowbells.
From Bismarck Century, Kings.
And winner by fall, Caden Cook against Gabby Romans from Jamestown, as Caden Cook able to advance here with the win on the semifinals.
Representing Kenmare Bowbells, Lincoln Spear.
As Blaze Ranky able to work on top and get a 2-point takedown against Lincoln Spear here from Kenmare Bowbells. Blaze Ranky again with a 2-point takedown against Lincoln Spear.
The number 3 seed, number 52 pounds, Sawyer Carr. At 140 pounds.
Now going their way at 160 pounds, Ethan Miller from Valley City against Braden Morris from Bismarck Century. At 152 pounds on the Class A side, Grady Anderson from Jamestown defeats Caden Kraft, as Grady Anderson improves to now 38-1 on the season.
At 152 pounds.
On the Class B side, Blaze Ranky with a 5-0 advantage over Lincoln Spear here from Kenmare Bowbells. Now makes it 8-0 after 3 points for the near fall upcoming here for Blaze Ranky on the Class B side. On the Class A side, Ethan Miller still certainly scoreless, as this is going to be continuing. As this continues here across the way.
Number 2 seed from Bismarck Century, Braden Morris. Morris versus Miller on mat number 3. And the semifinal at 160 pounds on mat number 4 is the number
As this continues here with Ethan Miller again on mat number 1. Ethan Miller and Braden Morris at 0 apiece.
Tyrus Jangula.
Miller continues here with Braden Morris scoreless, and then you got Wyatt against Jangula from Bismarck. This is at 160 pounds. As here for Valley City, again, Ethan Miller scoreless with Braden Morris here for Bismarck Century.
And ladies and gentlemen, your newest finalist down on mat number 8. Ladies and gentlemen, from Melda, Carson Hildery.
As this continues here on mat number 8, Blaze Ranky able to advance over Lincoln Spears. So the Lisbon Broncos at 152 pounds. Blaze Ranke looks to be moving on after 2 periods, currently up 2-0.
And ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention now to mat number 8 for our semifinal bout at 152 pounds. Representing South Border Junior, that's Brody Hoffman. His opponent, representing William County Junior, Rocker Aguilar.
170 pounds in the girls' tournament, Joe winner by 4.
As again, Ethan Miller continues to work right now here for the Valley City Highliners against Braden Morris. This is a 2-0 lead for Miller at 160 pounds on mat number 3 right now. And then Wyatt Kozowski here from Davies going up against Tyrus Jangula. Wyatt from Fargo Davies with a 5-0 advantage after 2 periods. Again, Ethan Miller going to get the escape here of Morris to make it 2-1 at 160 pounds as Miller goes in for a shot, trying to work the edge of the mat right now with that back leg across on Miller. So Miller looking to continue on Morris, and he does get the 2-point takedown here for the Valley City Highlanders.
Here, Blaze Ranke has a 12-0 lead on Lincoln Spears of Kenmare Bullbells. He's up 12-0. That's that 152-pound semifinal match. And then the second period for Blaze Ranke. Trying to put together another dominant win, this time in the semifinals. Has the 12-0 lead over Lincoln Spears. Working for a Turk, has the inside leg turked up on Spears. Spears hip size through. And a 1-point escape. Now 12-1 is the score with 33 seconds remaining in the second period.
At the 170-pound weight class, we have Alexis Storsved from Mandan versus Jordan Radza from Williston. Storsved is ahead 2-0 going into the second period.
Ethan Miller getting 3 points for a near fall upcoming here. Going to take a 7-1 lead over Braden Morris as Morris is trying to escape the grasp of Miller but unable to do so. 7-1 now with 30 seconds left in the second period.
On mat number 6, Michaela Stordalen from Bismarck Century is up against Danja Moore from Minot.
Also Wyatt from Fargo Davies right now against Tyrus Jangula. Wyatt with a 7-0 advantage over Jangula.
Here, Rocker Aguilar, Brody Hoffman. Hoffman has the 2-0 lead, 152-pound semifinal match on mat number 8. Hoffman takes the 2-0 lead into the second period. Aguilar with choice to start, chooses the bottom position.
Ethan Miller right now against Braden Morris going to the third period at 7-1. And then also at 160 pounds on mat number 4 right now, Wyatt from Fargo Davies with a 10-0 lead against Tyrus Jangula from Bismarck High.
Storved is tied with Radza 2-2 with 1:15 left in the second period.
Blaze Ranke with the 12-1 lead on mat number 7. They're in that Bank North injury timeout for Lincoln Spear. I don't know, blood time, so they do run a blood time with him. They're over there talking to him, maybe some recovery going on there. 12-1 lead for Ranke.
We've got a close one on mat 6 starting the second period. We have Moore from Minot ahead 2-1 over Stordalen from Bismarck Century.
And Rocker Aguilar for Williams County with the 1-point escape on the edge of the mat, had Hoffman down on his hip, but it's a 2-1 lead now for Brody Hoffman in the second period. Wrestlers on their feet for the restart with a minute remaining.
Heading into the finals at 170 pounds, it's Storsved.
And winner by tech foul, Blaze Ranke for the Lisbon Broncos at 152 pounds, makes it into the championship match.
Ethan Miller with 35 seconds remaining here for the Valley City Highlanders, still up 7-1, just trying not to give anything here to Braden Morris in terms of a shot with some near fall points upcoming for Morris as Miller continues to just work Morris up top. And then over on mat number 4 right now, it's 11-2. Wyatt from Fargo Davies with the advantage over Tyrus Jangula here from Bismarck High.
On mat number 6, Moore has Stordalen on her back.
He's a sophomore. He represents Lisbon.
And she gets the pin. So Moore from Minot will be going to the finals tomorrow night at 190 pounds.
And mat number 7, 160 pound semifinal match. Gus Bombach with the early 2-point lead on Eli Lyons of the Lisbon Broncos with the minute 25 remaining in the first period.
We have a winner headed to the finals.
Again, here final 9-1. Here, Ethan Miller from Valley City at 160 pounds will be moving to the championship.
At 190 pounds, we have Cambry Anderson from Bismarck versus Colleen Govergo from Fargo.
Rocker Aguilar, Brody Hoffman going to the third period. 3-1 lead for Brody Hoffman. Has a 2-point with the one lost of control the first 10 seconds of this third period. Little arm spit out by Aguilar. He's going to try to turn the corner on Hoffman. Hoffman gets back up to his feet. Still a 3-1 score on mat 8.
At the 250 pound weight class, Phoenix Linseth gets a pin.
Mike Kausadowski here from Fargo Davies is advancing at 160 pounds, going to the championship as he will square off with Ethan Miller in the Class A 160 pound weight class.
Rocker Aguilar, Brody Hoffman out of bounds. Back for the restart. Still 3-1 lead for Brody Hoffman over Rocker Aguilar.
Over on mat number 5, we have Anderson from Bismarck versus Covergo from Fargo, and Anderson is ahead 2-1 going into the second period.
In mat 7, Gus Bombach, Eli Lyons going to the second period. 2-0 lead for Gus Bombach. Killdeer up over Eli Lyons on mat 7 on 160 pound semifinal match.
On mat number 3 at 172 pounds from Fargo Davies, Wermeyer Micaiah here from Fargo Davies went up against Ty Weidrich from Williston. That one currently scoreless.
Hoffman puts 2 more points on the board. Now 5-1 is their score. With Rocker Aguilar, Brody Hoffman has the 5-1 lead over Rocker Aguilar on mat number 8.
And Anderson from Bismarck gets 2 points near fall, so that'll make the score 4-1 over Covergo from Fargo.
The Lions and Bombach, still 2-0 lead for Gus Bombach over Eli Lyons. And Aguilar catches Hoffman. Hoffman now tries to roll through scramble position with 10 seconds remaining. Hoffman gets back up, belly down, and works a another 2-point score. 7-2 is your final by decision. Brody Hoffman over Rocker Aguilar. Hoffman in the championship match at 152.
At the 190-pound weight class, mat number 5, Cambry Anderson has a 4-2 lead with 50 seconds left in the second period.
For the Bismarck High Demons, LJ from Bismarck High with a fall over Noah Bledsoe from Minot. So LJ from Bismarck High at 172 pounds advancing to the championship. Also at 172 across the way on mat number 3, Ty Weidrich of Williston, and also Wermeyer from Fargo Davies currently scoreless with 35 seconds in the first period.
The Lions and Bombach still 2-0 lead for Gus Bombach. Bombach had Lions tangled up on the edge of the mat, but no points awarded. Back for the restart at 160 pounds on mat number 7.
He's headed to the finals for the 5th.
For Bombach, we do have a Bank North timeout. Little injury time for Eli Lyons, poked in the eye.
172 pounds.
On mat 7 on 160 pounds.
Anderson from Bismarck is still ahead 4-2, just finishing up the second period here.
Yeah, Eli Lyons with the little snap down on Gus Bombach. Took him down momentarily, but no points awarded. Bombach back up to his feet. And going into this period, or third period, still 2-0 lead for Bombach.
172 pounds. We do have blood time here for Malachi Wermeyer here from Fargo Davies against Ty Wiedrich from Williston. It is currently scoreless here in this first period at 189 pounds, just about to get underway. Bridger Owens from Bismarck High going against Hugh Mayer from Dickinson.
Well, the other 160-pound semifinal, the Class B side, Mat 8, is Emory Knoll, Bowman County Beach against Josh Mule of the Oaks Tornadoes. That match underway with 35 seconds remaining in the first period.
We're in the third period with 1:30 left. Gorvergo from Fargo is in the top position and trying to get Anderson turned over.
Bombach with the 1-point escape has the 3-0 lead on Eli Lyons. Lyons goes double overs. Bombach with the stall warning as he backs off the mat with 1:25 remaining in the third period.
Wiedrich with a 2-1 advantage over Wermeyer here on mat number 3 at 172-pound semifinals with a 2-point takedown, then Wermeyer with the escape.
Gorvergo's got the power half in, trying to get Anderson to turn over. Down to 50 seconds left in the third period.
The Lions trying to turn the corner on Bombach. Bombach drops down to the leg on Lyons. Lyons chin whips him out of bounds. No points awarded as they roll out of bounds. Lyons with the chin whip. Takes Bombach out of bounds. No points awarded. 3-0 lead for Bombach here with 54 seconds remaining. Lions pushing the pace with Gus Bombach here at mat 7, 160 pounds.
Anderson from Bismarck is ahead 4-2 with 19 seconds left in the third period. Got a little break in the action.
Well, Gus Bombach warned with stalling. 1 point to Eli Lyons. Has 34 seconds to work some Lions magic over on mat number 7. Bombach snaps down Lyons, gets around for a 2-point takedown. Has the 5-1 lead with Lyons.
We're down to 10 seconds left here on mat 5. Anderson still ahead, 4-2.
So Bombach with the snap down and the 2-point goal behind. He takes the win at 160-pound semifinal match on mat number 7 by a decision 5-1 over Eli Lyons of the Lisbon Broncos.
Malachi Wermeyer and Ty Wiedrich again back into more blood time here as they continue to resume now. And there's going to be more blood time yet again at 105 from Williston. Ty Wiedrich with a 3-0 advantage over Wermeyer.
And Emory Knoll, Josh Mule. Emory Knoll with the big takedown, almost a slam. So no recovery time here going into injury time for Josh Mule. Here, 2-1 lead for Emory Knoll on Josh Mule on mat number 8, 160-pound semifinal.
And Cambry Anderson wins the match 4-2 at the 190-pound weight class.
Over on mat number 4, you got Bridger Owens from Bismarck High against Hugh Mayer here from Dickinson, and it's Hugh with the 1-0 advantage with 50 seconds left at 189 pounds in period number 2.
172-pound semifinal match on mat number 7. Drew Zwack, Bishop Ryan, Brock Norton, New Salem Almont. That match underway in the first period, minute 20 to go in the first period.
At the 250-pound weight class, we have Lindbergh from Carrington versus Catherine Sullivan from Grand Forks. Ashley Lindbergh from Carrington, Sullivan from Grand Forks.
Emil ties it up on mat 8, tied up at 2 apiece, 160-pound semifinal match with 5 seconds remaining in the second period.
$5-1 advantage for Ty Wiedrich here for Williston against Wermeyer from Fargo Davies. 18 seconds left in the second period as they will start in the neutral position.
A big matchup coming up on deck between Jace Nitschke, Mike Nelson, and on mat number 8 for the, as far as the individual team race right now on your scoreboard, we're tied up at 94 between Lisbon and South Border for the team race. New Salem Almont in third place with 91.5 points.
Class A scoreboard brought to you in part by, again, Tim Gazette Seed Sales, Golden Harvest Seed Sales scoreboard. Bismarck High with a commanding 141-point lead. Dickinson second with 99 points.
Josh Meal locked up a spladle on Emery Knoll, had him rolled over to his back. Knoll with some injury time. And right now it's a 3-2 score. We're looking for near fall. So no near falls. The coaches are over there discussing with the officials. This is on mat number 8, that semifinal match at 160 pounds between Emery Knoll, Bowman County Beach, and Josh Mule of Oaks.
On mat number 5, we're still tied at 0-0 going into the second period.
So Emery Knoll, Josh Mule, that's in the third period. So that is in third period. 3-2 lead for Emery Knoll over Josh Mule.
Bridger Owens from Bismarck High going to earn a 2-point takedown against Hugh here from Dickinson. With 44 seconds left in the third period, Bridger Owens up by 1. Also going on mat number 3 right now, Ty Wiedrich with a 7-2 advantage as we got some more blood time here with Wermeyer. Once again at 172 pounds.
And Drew Zach ties it up now, tied up at 3 with Brock Norton in the Salem Almont 172-pound semifinal match. Wrestlers roll out of bounds. Zwack and Norton tied up on the restart. Drew Zwack in the top position with 1:13 remaining in the second period.
Tied at 2 apiece between Bridger Owens and Hugh Mayer here from Dickinson. Again, tied at 2 at 189 pounds as we're going to overtime on mat number 4. On mat number 3, Wermeyer and Wiedrich. It's Wiedrich 7, Wermeyer 2 with 49 seconds. As right now Bridger Owens is trying to get across with the 2 points. Hugh Mayer continues to go as they nearly go into the scores table here on mat number 4.
On mat number 5, Sullivan from Grand Forks is ahead 1-0 over Lindbergh from Carrington with 20 seconds left in the second period. They're both in the neutral position, tied up right now, trying to set up something.
Yeah, mat number 8, Emery Knoll, Josh Mule. Mule takes his first lead of the match. He's up now 5-4. Scored a 2-point takedown on the edge of the mat here for Josh Mule, the Oaks Tornadoes. He has 30 seconds now, called with the technical violation. That ties the score up at 4.
Reversal coming here for Hugh from Dickinson in overtime, able to pull it off as Bridger Owens looked like he was going to get a 2-point takedown. Then Hugh comes across on the reversal nearly at the very end. And for Dickinson, the sophomore advances at the 189 pounds to the championship.
Hugh Meyer, the number 2 seed at 189 pounds.
And then 172 pounds winner via decision at 7-2, Ty Wiedrich here from Williston over Wermeyer from Fargo Davies. As we get to the 189-pound weight class now on mat number 3 and the 215-pound weight class on mat number 4.
Now that score is 7-5. Not sure if there's a scoring issue. I don't know if I'd checked that score, but 7-5 lead for Emery Knoll over Josh Mule. Mule on the edge of that, another 2-point takedown. They roll out of bounds. He took Knoll down to his back. Then a controversial call coming up, no takedown. Wrestlers back to the neutral position in the third period with 14 seconds remaining. This time, Neal with the 2-pointer sends it into overtime. Or excuse me, with 4 seconds remaining. We're tied up at 7.
Over on mat number 5, we're tied up at 1-1 with 1 minute left in the third period.
These hotly contested matches here in the B side. Mat number 7, Drew Zach, Brock Norton. Norton is down by 1 to Drew Zwack. Zwack finally grabs the lead here at 172 pounds on mat 7. And we're going to overtime on mat 8.
William Ward from Fargo North earns a 3-point near fall against Tate Estenson from Devil's Lake at 189 pounds. At 215, Braxton Rance from Devil's Lake and Connor Mansky are currently underway at 215.
160 pounds, Josh Meal in the championship match. He wins the sudden victory overtime with the takedown over Emerald Knoll at 160 pounds.
On mat number 5, we have Lindbergh from Carrington with a 3-1 lead with only 12 seconds left in the third period.
William Ward right now from Fargo North looking for the fall here against Tate Estenson. 15 seconds remaining in this first period. 3 more near fall points coming up here for Ward.
And Lindbergh from Carrington is going to be going to the finals tomorrow night at the 250-pound weight class.
Here, Drew Zwack, Brock Norton, still one point lead for Drew Zwack in the third period with 38 seconds. Wrestling Brock Norton, New Salem Almont. That head-to-head matchup, Southborder and Lisbon. Jace Nitschke, Southborder, the senior, 28-9, taking on Mike Nelson, the senior, 24-2. Here on mat 8 at 172 pounds. Your semifinal match.
At 215 pounds on mat number 4 on the Class A side after 1 period. 1-0 Connor Mansky from West Fargo Cheyenne against Rance from Devil's Lake. Also after 1 period, it's a 8-1 lead for William Ward from Fargo North.
And 10 seconds remaining between Drew Zwack, Brock Norton. Zwack with the 1-point lead. Wrestlers in the neutral position on the restart. Norton drops down, Zwack underhooks, takes him out of bounds. And still 2 seconds on the clock, another restart. And Drew Zwack, your first finalist at 172 pounds, wins 7-6 by decision over Brock Norton.
And on mat number 3 right now, you have 11-1 lead for William Ward, working close to a tech fall against Tate Estenson here from Devil's Lake, as Ward continues to have Estenson on his back and looking for the fall with 1:13 left in period number 2 at 189 pounds.
Here, Jace Nitschke and Mike Nelson still scoreless in the first period as time expires.
And ladies and gentlemen,
as William Ward will advance at 189 pounds via the fall in the second period against Tate Estenson from Devil's Lake. And then Connor Mansky here from West Fargo Cheyenne up by 2 right now against Braxton Rance with 50 seconds left in period number 2.
And Nitschke and Nelson, false start on Jace Nitschke on mat number 8.
Headed to the finals at 189 pounds from Fargo North, your winner, William Ward.
Your other semifinal match, 189 pounds with Cole Henderson and Northern Lights Jonathan Smith at Deslax Burlington. That's scoreless in the first period with 1:20 on the clock. Big mat return by Nelson on Nitschke on mat 8, 172 pounds.
At 215 pounds, you have Lincoln Lamar, the sophomore, going up against Oli Taylor from Bismarck Century at 215. Also at 215, it's a 2-0 advantage from West Fargo Cheyenne against Rance from Devil's Lake with 10 seconds remaining in the second period.
Jace Nitschke takes the 1-point lead. He has a 1-0 lead with the escape on Mike Nelson on mat number 8, 172-pound action, semifinal match. Nelson working the Russian tie. Nitschke comes over the head trying to counter on Nelson. In mat 7, Henderson, Jonathan Smith. Now Nelson on mat 8 with the double leg shot. Nitschke backs up. Got Henderson Smith matched her back to the neutral position in the first period with 19 seconds remaining. Nelson, another shot on Nitschke. Nelson, third shot. Nitschke steps back, no stall warning. The third shot by Nelson not answered by Nitschke as they circle back to the center of the mat.
As on mat number 4 right now, you have a 2 points for a takedown and 3 points for a near fall for Connor Mansky to take a 7-0 lead with 1:31 left in the third period. And then over on mat number 3 right now, you have Taylor from Bismarck Century at 41-2 again, the number 1 overall seed at 2:15, up by 2 over Lincoln Lamar, 2-0, 25 seconds left in period number 1.
Yeah, final 10 seconds in the second period between Jace Nitschke and Mike Nelson. As time expires, they go into this third period, 1-0 lead for Jace Nitschke. Nelson chooses the bottom position to start the third.
As working on top here is Connor Mansky with 60 seconds left in the third period at 215 pounds. Also again at 215 pounds going into the second period. Taylor from Bismarck Century against Lincoln Lamar with still a 2-0 advantage.
This match at one apiece between Nelson and Nitschke. Nitschke doubles up, then she reshoots on Nitschke. So we're still tied up at 1. Nelson with the 1-point escape here with 1:30 to go in the third period. Mat 7, Cole Henderson, Jonathan Smith, 2-0 lead for Cole Henderson. He's in the top position on Smith. Then the second period, under 50 seconds remaining in the second. Snap down by Nelson on mat 8.
Ollie Taylor able to get the 1-point escape here for Bismarck Century against Lincoln Lamar from Bismarck Legacy. 30 seconds into this second period. Also at 2:15, still a 7-0 advantage for Connor Mansky as he looks to advance here against Braxton Racine, as Mansky will be advancing to the championship here from West Fargo Cheyenne.
And Jace Nitschke with the high crotch on Nelson. Nelson up over the top on Nitschke. Nitschke trying to come out the back door. Nelson rolls through, passes the leg of Jace Nitschke. Nitschke trying to hit Nelson in the takedown. Nelson's going to try to elevate here. No points awarded between Nitschke and Nelson, and potentially dangerous call. No takedown. Tied up at 1. 31 seconds remaining with blood time on mat 7, or excuse me, on mat 8.
On mat number 3 right now, Ollie Taylor with a 5-0 advantage over Lincoln Lamar with 40 seconds left as Lamar does get a 1-point escape here. Now trailing it by 4 with 36 seconds left in the second period.
Nelson not conceding that takedown to Jace Nitschke. A chance for the finals on the line in the third period. 31 seconds remaining. We're tied up at 1. Jace Nitschke and Mike Nelson. 31 seconds remaining in regulation in the third period.
As on mat number 4, we're getting ready for the heavyweight between Bismarck Century's Isaiah Quant and Ethan Halverson from Dickinson, a pair of seniors here on mat number 4.
Semifinal matchup at 285 pounds on mat number 4. Now up on mat number 4, for Bismarck.
And Nelson doubles up on Nitschke. Nitschke going at it here. 22 seconds remaining in the third period. Still tied up at 1. Nitschke with the big sprawl. After that double leg shot by Mike Nelson, down to 13 seconds remaining in regulation. Jace Nitschke takes a peek at the clock. Final 5 seconds. Then we're going into overtime between Jace Nitschke and Mike Nelson on mat 8.
Over on mat number 3 right now, Ollie Taylor still with a 7-1 commanding lead with 90 seconds left, trying to get another 2-point takedown against Lamar here as he now has a single leg working on him here.
And mat number 7, Cole Henderson, Jonathan Smith still 5-0. Cole Henderson has that lead at 189-pound semifinal. Nelson, another double leg shot on Nitschke. Now switches to the high crotch, going to try to elevate Nelson, and Nitschke going at it. Nitschke, Nelson now. Jace Nitschke with the big sprawl. Nelson with a reshot on Nitschke. Shoots again. Nitschke backing off the mat. Still no stall warning. Now a stall warning against Jace Nitschke. So down, then sudden victory. Nitschke with the shot on Nelson, down to 15 seconds. In the sudden victory, Nelson in on another double leg shot on Nitschke. Nelson still working inside, down to 5 seconds. Jace Nitschke defers here going into our second overtime period. We're tied up at 1. Mike Nelson, Jace Nitschke. And Nelson tried to stand up. Nitschke hammers down with a cradle on Nelson. Here with 20 seconds remaining. And Nelson able to break that grasp on Nitschke. Nelson stands up. Nitschke down to the leg. He has a stall warning. He has to return Mike Nelson to the mat. So still now pushing him off the mat. Still no stall warning here with Jace Nitschke and Mike Nelson. Still no stall warning. It's been 10 seconds and no stall warning whatsoever. The greatest travesty just occurred on this mat with 10 seconds. You have to return him down to the mat. We're tied up at 1.
Holly Taylor from Bismarck Century with the 11-3 win over Bismarck Legacy at 215 pounds in Class A.
Now wrestling for a mat number 7 at a 215-pound final.
So a 2-1 lead here now. Jace Nitschke, Mike Nelson lets Nitschke up in this third overtime period. And Nelson shoots on Nitschke. Now Jace Nitschke drops down. Nelson has the underhook on Jace Nitschke, down to 10 seconds remaining. Nelson tries the gator roll over the top on Nitschke. And that does it for the match. Jace Nitschke wins 2-1 over Mike Nelson and makes it into the championship match at 172 pounds.
At heavyweight in Class A, Ethan Halverson from Dickinson with a 1-0 advantage over Isaiah Quant from Bismarck Century. That's with 46 seconds left in period number 2 right now. As working on a single leg here is Halverson as they nearly run into the scores table here as they run off the mat.
Here's Shane Nitschke and Seal Weinberger going out on mat 7 at 215 pounds. Shane Nitschke with the 2-0 lead on mat number 7. Now Daniel Schumacher for South Border wrestles Ivan Caruth in the semifinals at 189 on mat number 8.
Back on mat number 4 right now, Isaiah Quanta against Halverson. Halverson gets a 2-point takedown here with 5 seconds left in the second period. As Halverson continues to roll across on Quant, trying to pick up some back points, but that's how we'll end the second period with a 2-point takedown for Ethan Halverson here from the Dickinson High Midgets.
Here Daniel Schumacher, Ivan Caruth here with minute 25 to go. Wrestlers locked up in the neutral position. Cruz circles back around his back towards the edge of the mat. Shane Nitschke, Seal Weinberger, still 2-0 lead for Shane Nitschke going into the second period.
.30 advantage for Ethan Halverson for Dickinson against Isaiah Quant. This is the final match on the Class A boys side for the semifinals, and we will have our championship set. The girls been done for quite some time, with the B-boy still rolling across the way. There goes a single leg shot here for Quant. Quant trying to get the 2-point takedown now against Halverson. Has to come back around and turn to the hips, able to do so. 2-point takedown, and now Quant working with the advantage as they roll off the mat. 3-2. Halverson leads it by 1 with 75 seconds left in the third period.
Here, Daniel Schumacher, Ivan Cruz still here on mat number 8 is scoreless with 24 seconds remaining in the first period. And Shane Nitschke, Seal Weinberger for New Salem Almont. 4-0 lead for Nitschke on the restart. Second period, minute 30 on the clock. That's a win by fall for Shane Nitschke over Seal Weinberger. He's in the championship once again at 215 pounds.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a finalist down
At 285 pounds right now, a 2-point takedown here for Halverson from Dickinson. 40 seconds remaining here as Halverson continue to work Quant up top. Halverson, the senior, also the senior Quant right now. There's going to be the 1-point escape for Isaiah Quant. Now down by 3. Quant goes for a shot. Halverson just dances out of it. Here comes another shot for Quant. Quant working with the leg, able to bring him down. There's a 2-point takedown, 20 seconds remaining. Quant losing by a point right now as Halverson just trying to get back to his base. Quant looking to barrel roll him over. Quant using all of his muscle right now on top of Halverson. Halverson with 5 seconds. Now with 3, Halverson just sprawling out, and Halverson from Dickinson is advancing to the championship at heavyweight in Class A, 6-5 over Quant from Bismarck Century.
Here, Coy Okeson works the foul on Clayton Grove, advances to the championship at 285 for Minot Bishop Ryan. That was on mat number 7. Mat number 8, Daniel Schumacher, Ivan Kruth. A 1-0 lead for Schumacher. That's in the second period with a minute on the clock.
Our final Class A matchup of the evening. It's a semifinal matchup at 285 pounds. The number 3 seed from Turtle Mountain, Gabriel Parisian.
And pardon me, there still is one more Class A boys match with Parisian from Turtle Mountain going up against Darren Bitts from Bismarck Century. Parisian, the senior, at 38-6, while Bitts, the sophomore, at 18-2.
Here, mat number 7, another 285-pound semifinal match between Rodney Wolf and Ben Roundy. That match underway on mat number 7. Scoreless in the first period, minute 40 on the clock. Daniel Schumacher, Ivan Cruz, still a 1-0 lead for Schumacher on mat 8, 189-pound semifinals.
As Parisian goes in for a single leg shot now on Bitts, trying to carry that with him and see if he can get that 2-point takedown. As Parisian and Bitts nearly at a stalemate in terms of movement. Parisian able to use the single leg kick and get the 2-point takedown right on the far side of the mat. And Bitts kind of just rolls off the mat here and trails it by 2 with 54 seconds left in the first period.
Here, Rodney Wolf, Ben Roundy, under a minute remaining. That's still scoreless in the first period. 285-pound mat 7 semifinal match. Schumacher and Caruth. Caruth with a 2-point takedown goes up 2-1 on Daniel Schumacher of Southporter on mat 8.
Darian Bitts with a 2-point reversal immediately to start things off here as they went back to the center of the mat. Now Parisian trying to get the 1-point escape, able to do so at 3-2. Parisian with the advantage with 30 seconds left in period number 1 in the heavyweight in Class A semifinals.
Ben Roundy and Rodney Wolf still scoreless in the first period. Class B semifinal match at 285 pounds on mat number 7. Here's Caruth with a double leg on, takes Schumacher down to his back, working for the fall. Is Ivan Caruth for EEK on Daniel Schumacher on mat 8. So Caruth now has the 7-2 lead on mat 8, 189-pound semifinal match.
On mat number 4, after one period, Gabriel Parisian from Turtle Mountain with a 1-point advantage here over Darian Bitts. Bitts' 2 points came in the same position when he was in the down position, able to get a 2-point reversal against Parisian last time, and quickly trying to get the escape here on Parisian's grasp as Parisian trying to bring him back to the mat, trying to pick him up, then he just lets him go, cuts him loose as we're tied at 3.
From mat number 7, Rodney Wolf, Ben Roundy still scoreless at the start of the second period. Minute 50 on the clock. Roundy stands up over the top of Wolf, steps around behind for a 2-point takedown, 2-point reversal for Ben Roundy. Has the 2-0 lead over Rodney Wolf of Kindred. And Ivan Caruth makes it into the championship match. He wins by decision 7-2 over Daniel Schumacher, mat 8, 189 pounds.
Trying to work the underhooks here is Parisian against Darian Bitts. Still tied at 3, 65 seconds remaining here in period number 2 as we'll get a stalemate. And it's still going to be 3-3.
Ben Roundy, Rodney Wolf back for a restart. Minute 11 on the clock, 285-pound semifinal match. Now Kate Okeson, Minot Bishop Ryan takes on Cutter Ingebrigtsen from Harvey Wells County. on mat number 8, 215-pound semifinal match.
.45 seconds remaining in period number 2. Still 3-3 between Bitts and Parisian as they call another stalemate here, and they will start in the neutral position.
Ben Roundy works the power half on Wolf. Wolf belly down. Roundy's going to run this over the top here, push more pressure on the neck and head of Rodney Wolf. And Carter Engelbretson and Kate Olgeson scramble out of bounds. No change of position. Still in the neutral position in first period with 1:10 remaining in the first.
Still at 3-3 with 20 seconds remaining here in this third period between Parisian and Bitts. Parisian trying to get those underhooks against Bitts, but every time he does that, Bitts just trying to find a way to scramble out of it or somehow gets the edge of the mat where we have another neutral position upcoming. As that whistle, Brent, was right in front of you there, and I heard it all the way across on the western side.
Yeah, that was Carter Engelbretson and Kate Olgeson. They cartwheeled out of bounds in big scramble takedown position. And no change of position. These two going at it for their chance at the championship match at 215 pounds. This is on mat 8 semifinal match. And that was Ben Roundy. Roundy won by fall in his match over Rodney Wolf of Kindred on mat 7. Roundy into the championship match at 285 by fall 339. And now Engelbretson takes Olgeson down on the edge of the mat in scoring position with 32 seconds remaining in the first period. And working for the fall on Kate Olgeson on mat 8, 215-pound semifinal match. Carter Engelbretson has Olgeson in some trouble. Olgeson still trying to bridge out. The official down on the far side takes a look underneath Engelbretson. And Carter Engelbretson for Harvey Wells County scoots and tries to pull back on Olgeson down to 3 seconds. In the end of the period, it's a 5-0 lead for Carter Engelbretson going into the second period. He leads Kate Olgeson and Minot Bishop Ryan.
Going into period number 3 with Parisian of Turtle Mountain currently tied with Bitts of Bismarck Century. Parisian starting in a down position, gets back to his base, but Bitts able to throw him right back on the mat. 20 seconds has surpassed here in this third period. Still tied at 3.
Between Parisian and Bitts in this 285-pound matchup.
Here's mat number 8. Engelbretson and Olgeson. Olgeson with the 1-point escape. It's 5-1 lead for Carter Engelbretson at the start of the second period. Wrestlers back up in the center of the mat.
Darian Bitts working up top here on Parisian. As Parisian is trying to get up from his base right now, and Bitts, if he can, trying to roll Parisian over here to get that 2-point takedown. Still tied at 3, 60 seconds left in the third period. Winner advances to the heavyweight championship in Class A.
Yeah, Engelbretson scrambles back to his feet. Olgeson, or Kate Olgeson, with a little snap down, put Engelbretson on his hip. He's able to recover, stands back up. Still 5-1 is your score with 1:15 remaining in the second period.
As right now, Darian Bitts says Parisian into a potential back point situation if he can bring him across so just a little bit more, under 40 seconds here in this third period. As Bitts nearly got called for grasping just moments ago. Here's some back points upcoming, so Darian Bitts will be awarded at least 2, if not working on 3 near fall points. Till 20 seconds left in this third period.
Just a reminder.
And Engelbretson, Kate Olgeson back out of bounds for the restart. There's still 5-1 lead for Carter Engelbretson of Harvey Wells County. He has the 5-1 lead with 40 seconds remaining in the second period.
And Darian Bitts, winner by fall with 7 seconds left in the third period from Bismarck Century. The sophomore takes down Gabriel Parisian from Turtle Mountain via fall in the third period to advance to the heavyweight championship tomorrow night.
Bismarck Century, Darian Bitts. His opponent from Dickinson, Ethan Halverson.
So mat 8, 215 pounds, slow, wrapping up here in your semifinal matches. Kate Olgeson kind of hip tosses over Engelbretson at the end of the second period. Olgeson trying to work a takedown with 5 seconds remaining, trying to swim up over the top. Engelbretson on his hip. Now Olgeson with the 2-point takedown closes the gap at the end of the second period. Down by 2 points going into the third. So Carter Engelbretson with the choice. Shows the referee he wants the bottom position to start the third period. And Okeson lets up Ingebrigtsen to start the third. Now it's 6-4 or 6-3 in favor of Carter Ingebrigtsen of Harvey Wells County on Mat 8 215-pound semifinal match. The wrestlers on this start just locked up center of the mat. Dance over here to the near side by the scores or by the announcer table over on the east side of the gym or east side of the dome. Back here on media row on the east side. Now they're back to the center of the mat between Ingebrigtsen and Kate Okeson. Still a 6-3 lead for Carter Ingebrigtsen. Okeson with a little level change, tried to go double unders. Ingebrigtsen powers back out, stands up. Okeson now back in. Ingebrigtsen now hits a throw on Okeson on the edge of the mat. Nice lat drop over the top, and he's working for a fall. With 58 seconds remaining in the third period, he's up 8-4 on Okeson. Right shoulder up just a little bit. Official down there takes a look, puts his hand underneath, tries to feel some air under the right shoulder of Kate Okeson. Ingebrigtsen just has to settle in. Now he's on the edge of the mat in control. He's up 8-4. He has at least three more near fall coming. Works for the pin on mat 8, 215 pounds. And Kate Okeson not giving up, bridging through. Gets back belly down. Three more on the board. 11-4 is your lead, but Kate Okeson has 18 seconds. For Minot Bishop Ryan. 11-5 your score. He's down by 6. Wades into Ingebrigtsen. Ingebrigtsen backs up. Playing chase with Kate Okeson as time winds down. 5 seconds on the clock. It's 11-5. Carter Ingebrigtsen makes it into the championship match for Harvey Wells County at 215 pounds. He's into the finals on mat number 8. Carter Ingebrigtsen wins by decision 11-5 over Kate Okeson and Minot Bishop Ryan.
And that does it for our day one coverage. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to our RDK Enterprises feature Precision Move of the Match, Wrestler of the Day, that and more as we put a bow on day number 1 of the 2024 State Wrestling Tournament.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
This is Tim Cazzette, your local Golden Harvest Seeds dealer. During these winter months, as you think ahead to the spring planting season, I remind you there is strong yielding varieties of Golden Harvest beans and corn available for spring delivery. There's discounts offered. Please ask me about Golden Advantage deferred payment options or any cash payment discounts. Call me, Tim Cazzette, at 701-430-0877, and thank you for planting Golden Harvest seeds on your farm.
All right, we're back.
As we continue on our post-game show here, a couple of notes to pass along. Again, our coverage will begin roughly at around 9:45 tomorrow. They were actually 5 minutes ahead of the start time today once they got that national anthem off and running, so we will be ready at 9:45 tomorrow. We'll have a full morning and afternoon of wrestlebacks. Then we'll get to the placing matches before the championships are slated to get underway at 5 o'clock. Chase Miller, Dan Weber, Brent Dick with you here. Brent, let's start with you first. A wrestler of the day that kind of stood out to you, brought to you in part by Enbridge Energy. Life takes energy. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. What kind of stood out to you here, Brent, for a wrestler of the day?
Yeah, my wrestler of the day goes to Elvie Henderson for the Northern Lights. Elvie coming back off an injury and back into action after the Central Cast tournament. Actually, he was injured up at the Central Cast tournament, able to make it into the East Regions and makes it into the championship match and at kind of in dramatic fashion in the fourth overtime period with a win over Noah Anderson at 133 pounds. So Elvie Henderson, your Enbridge Energy wrestler of the tournament, or wrestler of the day, I should say, for this first day of the state wrestling tournament on the Class B side.
As we go from there on the precision move of the day, Dan, you got to see a lot of, A wrestling and girls wrestling. We got to see some overtime sessions just as we did on the B side. Our Arctic Enterprises feature precision move of the day. What kind of stands out to you, or what was the match of the day to you, Dan?
Well, the match of the day was Maggie Theelgis at the 124-pound weight class. She came in as a number 3 seed, and she upset DeBlar from, I can't remember where she's from, but anyway, she beat her 1-0 to get into the finals tomorrow night.
So that's our Arctic Enterprises feature precision match of the day. Arctic Enterprises with locations in Hillsboro and Drayton for precision planting updates, information, questions, and more. Contact the folks at Arctic Enterprises again at Hillsboro and Drayton. Tomorrow we will get some post-match interviews either between the championship or in between some of the earlier sessions. Those pre- and post-match interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. And then a reminder, on Saturday we will have complete dual coverage as well from the Central Cast boys and girls and the Lisbon boys, who will be advancing as well on that dual side. Brent and Dan, thanks so much for your time, and we will talk to you tomorrow morning here from the Dome.
You'll fall in love with carefree living when you move to Benedictine Mission Court in Ada. Sign a lease this month and get your third month of rent free. Not only that, Benedictine will waive your community fee. That's a value of over $4,000. Benedictine Mission Court offers housekeeping, 3 meals a day, common areas, on-site spiritual care and worship services, and indoor access to Essentia Health Clinic Ada. Call today to schedule a tour, 218-784-5250. Benedictine Mission Court in Ada. There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.